If you found this video, either you're a friend of mine or you're thinking of doing a gastric bypass or going to, I decided to do a little recording of how it's going and what's gonna happen. Shortly about me, if you don't know me, my name is Emmelie, also called Gina on the internet, and I'm from Sweden. And you might think that if you find this and you're Swedish yourself, I've decided to record this in English since a lot of my friends are all around the world and they wanted to check in on me and see the difference and such. Therefore, I decided to do this in English, but you feel free to comment and ask me anything in Swedish if you have any questions. That's partially why I'm doing this. The more different views on the same thing can help, and the few videos I've seen so far, because I'm kind of plowing through YouTube, haven't been relatable for me as much. Mostly because they aren't as big as me, and we'll get to that. So this is day 1 on fluid. It's 29 days until the surgery, and it finally hit me that it's happening. On my first day of 29, because I have a BMI over 50, I have 52, therefore they want me to go on fluids for 4 weeks instead of 2, which is mostly common. Um, and I just finished today. It's the first day, and this is the first tip: plan your shakes. I have a Fitbit watch and I planned them, but I calculated wrongly. Therefore, I had to have my last shake kind of early, more early than I wanted to. So that's important. If you can set a timer, do it. It will help. So to help that, I do have a cup of tea, because you're allowed to have fun lights and coffee without milk and also teas and such. I have coffee with milk, but I have calculated that into the amount of calories I'm about to have a day, which is about 800. And I try to take a little bit less milk, therefore. So let's get into probably something you're wondering about: my weight. And it has actually started on 158 kilos, which is, for your milligrams and freedom units, 348 pounds. That's the starting weight when I asked for a gastric bypass. Current weight, click, click, click. Current weight is 152 kilos and it's 335 pounds. And they say that you're about to lose with the surgery around 30 to 35% of the current weight you have, but you may lose more depending on how much you have to lose. And the reason I decided to get a gastric bypass is that I've been overweight all my life. It's always been this way. I don't know anything else. And one of the other reasons is that I don't really have any reason not to anymore. I've tried all the different types of diets. I have gone on a very low calorie diet before the Cambridge diet and I lost 35 kilos. I don't know what this is. What is it? Google help. It's about 77 pounds of weight. Sadly, I gained it all when I had a tragic accident, or not I precisely, it was that a friend of mine died and it hit me hard. So therefore I took it kind of harshly and gained it all up. And then I got hurt, and because I reenact and I fight with stuff, and then I had carpal tunnel, so I couldn't train anymore, and it just went on and on. And at a point, I couldn't even ride anything at Liseberg. For you Swedish, those who don't know, it's Scandinavia's biggest Tivoli essentially, and I can't ride essentially anything, and it hurts. And I've tried counting calories, cutting down extreme amounts, low amounts, drinking extreme amounts of water. I've tried the keto diet, LCHF. And I got sick instead since I have been allergic, not intolerant with the lactose. It's actually an allergy, and also been allergic to eggs, which is very prominent in that diet. And so on. Nothing has worked. Either it just made me worse, sick, or nothing have happened. The times I have lost weight is when I do absolutely nothing. I don't care. I have no issues. I don't have any depression or stress. But yeah, sadly, it doesn't seem to care. So therefore, I decided to do a gastric bypass because it's such extreme change. It has to do something, since the bypass essentially that you bypass the stomach. You go just pass it by connecting the intestines more closely to a very small pocket. And to be fair, I'm sort of scared because I have a phobia of operations. Luckily, my mum is gonna go with me, and I'm gonna stay with my mum over the period of the sick leave, since she has already done one. That I feel that I'm more safe, and I also have help with my dog and such. So yeah, it's a lot of note taking. I actually got myself a little notebook, which is "Worship the coffee, follow the leader," which my mom got me, I think, for Christmas. I haven't used it until. And so far, I've noted down all the questions, all the numbers, how much diet powder I need, so I can go through the all important notes overall, just for me to get quick knowledge from my notes and questions, but also a reflection of why do I eat the way I've had. And I mean, essentially, it comes down to emotional. Either that I've come to the realization that it's expected of me to emotionally eat, or I actually emotionally eat because I'm stressed, I'm worrisome, or I reward myself because it's been a good while, or something like that. You never know. I couldn't find anything specific, but I guess I'll note it out more and more the more I go over it over time. Um, so yeah, that's kind of shortly uh, how I feel on the first day. It doesn't show much. I've done this before, so I know that the first day is sort of easy. The second day usually is easy. We'll see. Will try to record each day to just follow the progress and how it feels, and hopefully I will remember tomorrow to also take some measurements, just so we can get a more full view of what's actually gonna happen. So yeah, it's time to start with the powder today, and I've done that. First day, fine. I had 2 liters of water, important. And I also decided to do my shakes with a straw because it makes them last a bit longer for me. I don't drink them as fast. And on the 26th, I'm gonna take blood just to get checked out that everything's fine. And on the 10th of May, I'm gonna meet the nurse or doctor, whichever word it is, that is responsible of the narcosis, the sleeping thingy, fancy words. And on the 11th, the surgery is gonna be. After the surgery, it's gonna take 2 weeks of soft food, such as more diets or very soft things that essentially is liquid, such as drink yogurt and such. Very easy stuff, since the stomach is going to be very sore and you're going to heal and such, and it's going to be hard to eat anything. Then 2 weeks after that, it's going to start with more like soft food, purees and such, more like proper yogurt and oatmeals and such. No chunks, but pureed. And after that, you can start with ordinary food another 2 weeks. So it always feels like it's 2 weeks, and it makes it kind of easy to remember. But I have all the dates noted both in the book and in my phone because I need everywhere. I'm forgetful. But I'm glad though that I can have the coffee. I can have my tea in the evening just to have something to occupy myself with, I guess. Um, So yeah, hopefully this will go great. And yeah, any questions you want to check in on me, just do it. I mean, I'm here. I have nothing else to do but to work and be here. So hopefully this will be an easy patch and not too hard to go through. Yeah, that 10 minutes will be plenty of enough, I think. So yeah, see you tomorrow.